Welcome to our farm, and first we'll start off with showing the cat shed. We have 4 cats in here currently, all still in cages because they are in their acclimation period. This first cat is Pita Bread, aka Pita. He's very fluffy and very nice. The second cat is Popcorn. He is not so nice. He's a pretty hissy cat still. Third cat here is Macaroni. He is our bravest boy. He is very good. And our fourth cat here is Miss Sushi. She's the only girl in the mix and she's still a little shy. She doesn't come out very often, but she is very cute. Now we'll head over across the way to the chicken coop. And this is the chicken coop. We currently have 29 chickens in here. They're all still pretty young. None of them are laying eggs yet, but we expect them to be laying eggs near September. This is their little room that they all sleep in. It is air conditioned. This is all of the food that they eat. And they do have some more food inside their little room here, so we'll go in there and check it out. These beams right here, this is where all of them sleep. And then we got their water, some more food, and then all of their little areas where they will be laying eggs once they start laying eggs. And we have this tarp that catches all of their poop, so we can put that into the compost. Very convenient. Here we just have a bunch of material and all this space to work with to add on as we go. But now we will head over to the garden area, and first let's check out the compost. So we built this compost out of pallets and spare wood a couple weekends ago. We got 3 bays in here and we do have some compost brewing already. So this is going to come in very handy in the future. Now we'll head over to where all of the plants are, and first up we have some beautiful roses. All of them are in bloom right now, but I expect over the next couple weeks for them to bloom even more. They are just so gorgeous. Now let's check out some of the grapes that we have growing. They are coming in so well. They are just so neat to look at. We will have to put some bird cloth over these shortly. Here's some lavender that we have growing, and then back here we have a few trees. Right here we have a plum tree, and then right next to her we have this beautiful mulberry tree. It is just huge and it has all of these berries all over it. We're gonna have to figure out what we can use these for. But this tree is just growing so well. It's so big and it provides so much shade to the rest of the garden. Then back here we do have a couple apple trees, all pretty small, but the leaves are coming in nicely. Leaves are very fuzzy. And then up here on the right, we have some more of those grapevines, very pretty. And then we got a bunch more of those roses that are blooming right here. I like these ones because they're pink, which is my favorite color. And then we have our picnic table, of course. And we have some more lavender, a different variety. And right next to that, we have some Mexican honeysuckle with the really pretty orange flowers on it. And over here we have our 2 in-ground garden areas, but we do have a pretty big gopher problem. You can see by these holes right here. That is why we got the cats, so hopefully the cats will be able to help us with that once they are acclimated. We do have some traps set for the gophers as of right now. We will see how those work out. Over here in this bed, we do have some carrots growing, although it is primarily weeds at this point. There are some carrots in those back 2 rows though. And then over here we have some more of those grapevines going all over the fences. And right here we have a random tomatillo plant. We did not plant this, we just found it. And then we fenced it so that the gophers hopefully won't get to it. And it is actually growing super well right now. Now let's go look at some of the other trees we have over here. Right here we have an apple tree. It did bloom some flowers this year, but no fruit, sadly. Hopefully next year. And here we have this huge Palo Verde tree, which is very pokey, so I wouldn't touch that. And down here we have our little nectarine, very small, but growing lots of leaves, which is great. Hopefully keeps growing. And then we will go back to where the raised beds are now. And we still have a lot of open space over here, all the way back there, and then over here on this side as well. And this is our doghouse that we built out of pallets for our dog. She likes to stay out of the sun when it's hot out, and she likes to run around on the grass.
Okay, so now we're gonna take you guys through our 6 raised beds. So here in the first bed, we planted a bunch of mint. As you can see, it is very prolific and is starting to get a little scraggly. So we don't really know what to do with it at this point. And then behind it is some Italian basil, and I would say it's just as successful and just as scraggly. Over here we have some squash. It's still starting out. You'll see some better squash in a little bit. And then over here, we have half this bed filled. We have some basil. It's doing pretty well if you make sure to prune it. And then we have the world's biggest onion, which we're still growing. We're thinking about harvesting it soon, but it just keeps growing, so it's pretty amazing. Back here is a habanero plant. Seems to be dying. We're not really sure what's going on there. But next to it is a jalapeno plant, and this one is doing well, as you can see by this big jalapeno pepper. Well, we think it's big, but okay, and here we have our zucchini and squash. This bed's probably our most successful that we've seen right now, as you can see by the big vegetables. Over here we have the yellow squash, and these ones are a little bit smaller, but look how many there are on just a single plant over here. Pretty crazy, so we've been excited to see these grow, and right now they're growing really fast every single day. Over here, this is a bunch of bell pepper plants, and I mean, I don't really have to say anything more. Look at the big bell peppers all stacked right next to each other on these little plants. So our plan going forward here is to start harvesting everything that we see and give some chance for the plants to actually grow bigger, because right now they're putting a lot of their energy towards making those peppers. This bed is empty, but we're gonna actually be sowing some cantaloupe in there pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And then this bed is the one that we modified the most just to get ahead of these gophers. So you can see that we put in this hardware cloth here. It's just a big mesh fence surrounding the whole thing, and we actually put it across the whole bottom too and zip tied it. So we seem to think that it's pretty secure. Also, we put a bunch of good soil and fertilizer in there and covered it up with wood chips, so that's pretty cool. Here we have 4 tomatillo plants. They are really healthy and doing well. We're just waiting for them to make some more tomatillos like that other one. The basil is also looking pretty healthy in this bed. This is a banana pepper plant, and behind it is a California chili plant. That one's also doing pretty well. We're trying to keep the peppers off so it'll grow a little bit more. Back there is a bush bean. We're going to try to get you a picture of the beans. There they are, growing all up in the center. And then next to it, 2 different pole varieties, and you can see them climbing up the trellis there. Pretty exciting watching them grow. Over here, these are a bunch of purple beans, so you're gonna see those are all tiny little purple beans starting in the center. This one's doing a little bit better than that one right now. And then over here, we have another basil, and 2 eggplant plants, one of which has sprouted its first eggplant. We were pretty excited when we saw that. Over in the edge, those are some strawberries that we tried to recover. It's not working out super well. You can see I'm trying to fix the irrigation right there. Pretty important to have irrigation in Arizona because we're gearing up for the summer, so we have to keep our beds healthy. Another thing that we're going to be working on soon is replacing this tarp shade. It's kind of dilapidated and falling apart, so we're going to fix that, and then we're going to be ready to go for the summertime. We'll keep you guys posted.